Who wants to be a millionaire? Hey everyone, welcome back to week 3 of Levi's 12-week program on how to get your finances on track so that you can build $1 million portfolio. I know it's going to take a while, but we're starting to get into it now. 3 weeks in, I hope you guys have completed the first 2 tasks. And this third task is really easy. We're going to actually look at a spreadsheet and we're going to start to analyze your own finances in their current situation. Let's get right to it. This is a spreadsheet that compares the annual performance of your different investments that you have currently. On the left here, we're going to fill in line by line each of your investment accounts. And then we're going to enter some data, and then this chart is going to allow us to calculate some data out. All of the cells in white are data that's going to be entered from your paperwork. And then the yellow ones are going to be calculations. I would suggest that you guys pause the video right now and build this spreadsheet so that you've got the titles and then the totals down at the bottom. And for now, just leave this section blank. But I want you to fill in these values that I've got here. Just copy what I've got in the white cells. So this column of the value December 31st, 2015, and this column, these white values here, and then finally these white values here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create some formulas. So if you look at this, the formula for this cell, I'm just going to delete these out. I'm going to go along and fill these in as we go. So if we look at the original investment value, what we want to find out is how much money you actually had invested at the beginning of the year, and then what you contributed over the year. So we're going to write a little formula in here, and the formula is going to be the value from December 31st, 2015, and then plus the value of the deposit that you made during that year, and that'll give us some value. And then what we can do is we can just copy and paste this information down so that each of these cells are doing that same calculation for each line. Now we've entered this white column off of our paperwork, but for now you guys are just copying my numbers. And the annual return on investment is going to be equal to the value at the end of the year minus the value, your original investment value. So that should give us there $1,000. And then again, copy and paste these values down. To calculate the return on investment percentage, we have to create another formula. We take the amount earned and we divide that by the original amount invested. Gives us 33%. That sounds about right. Let's copy those numbers down. And then there's one last column we have to fill out, and that's the daily income. We take the total amount in dollars that we've earned, we divide that by 365. This gives us $3 a day, and we're just going to copy and paste that cell down. Now let's look at the totals. All of these columns should be equal to the sum to the rows above. All of the columns that have dollar amounts will be added up this way. So we'll just check that they all are. This last one is, but this cell right here, we have to use that same formula that we used in the rest of the column. That formula is the amount return divided by the total initial investment. Hit enter, and we can see that we've got an average of 11.1%. Now, if you're having a hard time getting these to calculate, or you're not sure whether or not it's working correctly, just confirm that all the numbers match this particular screen, because this is the correct calculations that we're looking for. Or you can use your easy calculator, and you can put in using the return on investment portion of the easy calculator, you can put in the original investment value and then the amount returned and put in a term of 1 year, and it should spit out this result as a 33.3%. Once we're all completed with that, what we're going to do is we're going to delete all the white cells. Now this chart is ready for you to enter your own information. So you can look at your paperwork and you can pull up like an RBC RSP. And if you have multiple accounts at RBC, you might want to put in an account number just to keep it less confusing. We're going to put this in as an RSP. When I'm filling out this chart, I like to put RSPs together and then group any TFSAs that I might have. and then non-registered is here as well. Now you have to look at your paperwork and see for the RBC RSP, you look at the value for December 31st, 2015, and we'll put in the value that's on the piece of paper. Then we'll put in the value of the deposits that you made during 2016. So we'll say $2,000 in there. And then of course the value at the end of the year. So you find that on your paperwork and you enter that, and we'll put in $13,000. And so that gives us a return. It tells us we've made $1,000, and that's $3 a day, and it's an annual return of 8.33%. And then you just fill that out for the rest of your accounts. Let's do another one here just so you can see, and we'll say this one made 15,000 and it made 7.14%. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this channel and this little program. This is pretty simple to complete week 3's task. Please join me next week for week 4's task, and we're going to continue until we get all of your investments on track so that you know exactly how much money you're making and how much money you could potentially be making in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Let's get rich together.